Hey, see, I really been popping my shit on a whole nother level. You playing, get sent to the devil. These bitches been on me, I swear they keep calling my phone. I'm like, hold on, let me check the schedule. If she get time of day, then I had a good place, so I'm back at the spot. She can be like a pro. These niggas be stopped on the bitch, but turned up off the perk. Boy, I'm solid and stand on with her. See, I really been popping my shit on a whole nother level. You playing, get sent to the devil. These bitches been on me, I swear they keep calling my phone. I'm like, hold on, let me check the schedule. If she get time of day, then I had a good place, so I'm back at the spot. She can be like a pro. These niggas be stopped on the bitch, but turned up off the perk.
What's going on? So we went to the track. I think it was Friday evening. Blake Troutman up in OKC filled my nitrous bottles for me. Great price. He did a good job. He also has his own YouTube. Go check him out. Pretty cool. He's got I think it's like an IROC Camaro with a small block in it. But so did good the first pass. We did have, we had issues. It's kind of all I had was issues, but I think we all kind of did. Anyway, so my first issue was I got super nervous, and we changed the way that I do my nitrous launch, which right now it's on a micro switch, but couldn't tell you like lengthwise how far it is. I just kind of know it throttle wise, and my launch was at 4 grand, and I could ease up into 4 grand and be okay and not hit it and still have a little bit of distance, but I couldn't hold it to the floor, and I'd activate the micro switch and no bueno. But so to combat that, what we decided was that my trans brake originally was on the left side of the steering wheel, is I would move the trans brake to the right side, and then my arming switch is the farthest or the closest switch to the steering wheel on my panel. So I could hold it to the floor, be on the trans brake, trans brake, floor, and then let off the trans brake, activate the micro switch. You're flying. Well, it was my first time doing it. Never even got to try it like on the street, nothing like that. But so I pull up, like I do my burnout, really good burnout. I pull up and we get on it, and Michael was in the right lane. I was in the left, and I was supposed to stage him in because it was his first time. He wanted to let it spool. And Michael, out of my mind. He was gone. Never even thought of the guy. I felt so bad afterwards. I completely forgot. I was ready to race, I guess. But so anyway, I instead of letting off the trans brake, hitting the arming switch, I let off the trans brake, let off the gas. I think, yeah, or I let off the gas and then the trans brake, and then activate micro switch, stop it, and I'll fly. And I still do an 1174, I think is what it ended up being. But I was happy with it. Still better than the last time I went. I think I made 13 second passes last time, and I think it was like 7 or something in the 8th, 7 seconds in the 8th. But I know it can be better, so it was my own fault. But anyway. But I wanted to up the shot. So my solenoids are good for up to a 250 shot. So I did some trading with the Booth boys, Chris and his dad. All these parts come off of Johnny's red Camaro. Scoot should have a video of that up soon on his channel. Hopefully by the time this video goes out, he'll have that video up. Y'all can check out that red car. But I'll show you what I got here. So we're going to be running a mini stage 2 nitrous progressive, the little digital screen thing. And then I'll still probably keep the micro switch as a safety or whatever. I think you got to have a trigger anyway. And then the arming switch. I've got 250 jets now. And then standalone tank and fuel system. And then a regulator. I think the way we're doing it, it'll be about 6 PSI. Yeah, anyway, I think that's what we agreed on. With 6 PSI of fuel pressure with these jets, I believe. And then I don't remember exactly what fuel I'm running in it yet though. And then I'll run this pump and line and then feed it up to the front. I think I'm gonna put the cell right there in the corner because I don't know if I don't wanna really buy new lines. This crap's starting to get expensive. And if I had a choice, I would just wanna do AN and I don't wanna. So I'm probably gonna run it in that corner and I'll grommet 2 holes or something, cabin bed, and run it just underneath my shifter like I've got some other stuff. So yeah, through there, I'll come through the back, it'll come under and go up under here like I have my nitrous ran right now. Anyway, so yeah, that's the plan. And then I'm going to video as much as I can putting all this stuff in. How well it's gonna be, probably not very good, but I'm gonna do my best. So hopefully I like it. Man, I wish that sender and that thing would fit that one. That way I could see how much fuel it holds. Anyway, but yeah, pretty cool. So hopefully we'll be running quite a lot more nitrous now. So the other thing we talked about that I need to do is go to like a 430 gear set. But now that I've welded it, I can't do anything until I do pretty much a full rear end package. And it just doesn't work for me right now. I do plan on doing it. I just don't know when. I know that'll help a lot out the gate, but it's just time and money, man. It ain't no big deal right now. So I'll be happy with this stuff for a minute, but little at a time, but there's plenty of other stuff to work on, I'm sure. I really need to go through this thing and check stuff out and tighten bolts and whatnot. So another deal was, so I did make 2 passes technically. I think Chris made 3. They may have both made 3. I only made the 2. And then, anyway, but when we first got there, it was like a blue Camaro or something. It seemed like they were just round and around and around, but it was quick. It was a pretty quick little Camaro. I think they ended up blowing a head gasket is what Scoot said, but they oiled the track all the way down the right lane. Took over an hour to clean that up, and we had just gotten to the lanes. But anyway, so we wait, and they finally clean it up, and then we get to make a pass, or 2 passes. And then my second one, my trans brake, what we believe is it overheated, but it's an older style one. So I think a lot of the newer ones are those ones where you can see it on like externally that it activates. And the one that's on it, you can't tell, but you could see the lights dim when you hit the button and whatnot, and it just wouldn't throw it. But I have another of that newer style another power glide I have, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and change those out. I looked at these grounds, and I just didn't see it being a ground problem. All of them that I found were tight. So the first pass, My screen, what I think, it's a Raspberry Pi. I don't know the exact number or whatever, but it I think it's kind of supposed to have its own power source in a sense, but every time I start the truck, I think it drops the volts that the screen wants, and it resets it every freaking time, and it's got the longest boot up in the world. So that I'm gonna get rid of it as soon as I can and get a screen. That'll be the next thing I do after these, but or I'm gonna get a Windows tablet or something, but that's what Scoot runs in his S10. But because it's driving me nuts. I can't stand it anymore. And I think my keyboard that I have right now I'll probably have to replace. I think the touchpad's gone out in it. So, which luckily my Raspberry right now is touchscreen, so I'm still able to kind of fidget with it. But yeah, so I'll replace that. So, but anyway, yeah. So I made that pass, and the second I come off the second I stomp back into it on that first pass, the computer or the Pi like freaked out. I don't know what happened. It flashed it again, and I couldn't see anything I was doing. And it takes two hands to freaking get it back on the deal, and it takes 5 minutes to get it booted back up. So there wasn't no sense of trying it going on the track. But I just felt for what sounded like around 6,500, and I shifted. So I don't know. It felt good though. It was fun. And then, so when I got home, I had a smaller battery, but I had this Group 78 that was in my little blue S10. Oh, I got to do a walk around on that. I'll do that here in a minute. But I took the battery that was in this. It was smaller. I took it out. Took the battery that I put in that one, which was the one that came out of the square body. Put it in here, hoping that it would stop that problem, like it'd have enough volts. Well, it didn't. So. Still gonna leave this one in here, but what else? I think that's pretty much it. But as soon as I get all the footage of putting this stuff together, I'll put out a video. But so who knows? Might be like a week or two from now, but we'll get her done. So. I'll show you this little pickup real quick. So this is it was my grandpa's, he gave it to me. It's his 1983 Chevy S10. He put a 350 with a 700 R4, and I think all that's really done to it is like an RV cam, but it's a pretty little pickup. I'll show you around. So that one is just going to be another one of our little like coffee and cars cruisers. I'm not going to do anything special with it. I don't really want to change it from what he has it. I don't know. It's a good pickup. He I got to fix some of the wiring he did on it, but he did his best. So he's pretty old, but it's got, I don't know if you could tell, it's got little traction bars and everything. He was old school, man, but a beautiful pickup. He's had it for quite a while. It sat for 2, maybe 3 years, and we pulled it out that day. We got it started, and he got in it and did a little dirt burnout or whatever you want to call it. He's a good heel fart, but I think all I did so far, I changed the fan wiring. He had it just on a switch. That's actually, so it's like the key's on, which activates the switch, and then the switch activates the fans, and that was it. But 2 fans is a lot of draw, and it's gonna pop something. So I added a relay. It really needs 2, but I just added the 1. It was better than what it was. But The good thing is, though, the way he's got the switch wired, which I actually kind of think is pretty cool, is you can't forget to shut it off. You shut the truck off, the key goes off, or it'll shut the fans off with it. The only other thing is I bought a little radio for it. The one that's in it, I think may work. The fuse was blown in it, but I might video putting that little radio in or something. I don't know, but let's see what we do with that. I don't know. Scoot's like kind of talking me into putting some drag wheels or something on it, but I kind of like the way it sits. But some drag wheels would be nice. But anyway, so I don't know. It's a pretty little truck. It needs some more work a little bit, but I drove it to Stratford and back, and it did really well. I just got it tagged and titled and whatnot. It's got insurance. I got to get another tire for the front right, I believe. I bought one for the front left. It was rotted, but the right one was still rotted. I didn't see it when I was up there. But shift's good, everything. Runs really good. But tack's way off. Or not tack, but speedo. But I'd have to be in it to know. But it's like 5 mile an hour fast until you get past like 55, and then 65 is like, or no, 70 mile an hour. 75 mile an hour is 65 mile an hour, but anyway, besides the point. So I think what we'll do is when we go to like coffee and cars and stuff, is I'll drive the race truck and she may drive that one. That one's a lot more tame, a lot more safe. So, but yeah, anyway, well, see what happens. All right, so I ran over to Michael's and got a few things. I got my trans brake solenoid. Some heat shrink and whatnot. Okay, yeah. And then here, let me flip this. I got my fuel rail cap, so I can cap that back off, because right now the nitrous pulls from the rail. Got me some of these bad boys, because it's what I had. I don't feel like buying any more to stick this bad boy to the dash. Man, what else? I really don't have the right butt connectors to do all this right now, but I might try to see if I can use what I got. I don't know if I'll get to this today, but more than likely it's going to be about the only thing I can do. So I ordered, where's it at? So I ordered the 10AN ORB to a barb to fit this line. I didn't even know this was on here until today, but this is 8AN. But Scoot might have the adapter. Oh, sorry, this is for the cell. Yeah, so to go from 10AN from the cell to this, I think he has the adapter for it. And then I actually gotta message him. But, and then I ordered so I ordered that bar, but they sent me a freaking like trailer hitch pin and clip for whatever reason. So I sent that back, asked them to send me another one. I ordered that deal. I have it sitting here somewhere. Oh, I just had it. I think it's that one. Yeah, so that'll be, I've actually got to double check that. That'll go on this side there, and then go to my nitrous lines that I got now. I'm not using this. Yeah, so this is the old solenoid. Somebody soldered it to the housing so it'll ground to the case. I'm gonna put a piece of shrink over that exposed piece right there, and then it's just a single wire now. I have 2 wires right under there. I'll just use that other for something else that I may need later. I'll just leave it under there, hang it up, pin it back, whatever. But I'll try to swap that out if I can. I need to install my jets, so I'll try to video everything I can, but I'm very forgetful, so we'll see. Dark in here. I'm just gonna start off. I'm gonna pull the jets out of this and go ahead and put the new ones in. So fuel wise, I believe it is a 71. I don't know if you can even see it. I don't even know. Oh yeah, so yeah. Can you? let's see it. 71 right there on the fuel side. And I believe the nitrous side is a 74 on the nitrous side. I'm missing half my tools that are supposed to be over here. So nitrous first. I don't remember. Yeah, so I'll show you here. So when you pull your line off, let me move this. This is what you'll see. So the jet just sits right inside the line like that. Yeah, dude, I mean, this stuff's very simple. This is I know I've said it already. This is the Dyno Tune, like 98 to 01 or whatever, Corvette, Firebird, Camaro, whatever, LS1 nitrous kits. All right, so pull that jet out. See, this one right now, for what I'm running, this is a 57 on the nitrous side. Just stick it in there. Get something better than nothing. All right, so now I'm going on to the fuel. Okay. I'll show you again here. Fuel side, pull your line off, the jet will be right there. Jet fell in the line. Oh, I dropped it. Good. It's exactly what we wanted. Where'd you go, you sucker? Oh, it's right there in front of me. Duh. Anyway, and then fuel side, we're running a 32. Those are tiny compared to what's going back in. Okay, so 71 fuel side. Stick that one in there. Make sure the seat's down. Let me double check, make sure that. Okay. So now my nitrous jets are changed. Put these ones away. Change this bad boy real quick. Hopefully I got the right one. We just about to find out. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh. Oh, come on. Get it. Yeah, got it. Kind of looks right. I hope so. Oh, I'm done. All right. Hold on. You gotta check. Make sure. Yeah, I guessed that fuel or my nitrous line was 4 in. Okay, this is fuel. Okay. Give me a second. Gotta get right now. Oh, I got stickers out here and I'm sick and tired of them. That's where you belong. Yeah, boy. Anyway, okay. Shove that down yonder. Can't even see. Oh, come on. Come on. All right. Pull the fuel line. Get fuel everywhere. Always a good thing. Okay. Now, go back this way. Grab part that I should have just walked over here with in the first place. I'm literally gonna hold this watch in. Tell me. Oh. Tell me. Oh yeah. It worked. Alright, we got the right one. And insert you. Right here, right yonder. I'm gonna break my back, I guess. Oh, I did it again. Left my tool over there. I know. Probably have to recrank this thing. What do you think? Not good enough. So I could use like at least a couple left tabs. Yeah, so, oh, okay. And I ordered, I think it was like up to like a 15 PSI gauge. And then, which I mean, we know we want to run it at 6 at least. And then they're supposed to be sending me the barb adapter for this, because this is feed only. So, get my way too big of a crescent and pull the cap off the fuel rail and install, or sorry, and put this cap back on where my current fitting is. All right, now you're my flashlight too. Sure did. Nothing washing the back of the engine off. I'll regret that in about 5 minutes. So now, well, all right, that's plugged up. You need to be picked up somewhere for now. I need to put a little water in it. Wait. Yeah, just a hair though, just a hair. You're gonna figure out I'm really bad about just hopping around and doing random crap. Now I'm on the solenoid, and then I'm probably not even gonna change the solenoid right now. I'll end up hopping on something else. Oh yeah, nice and hot. Nice and hot. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get a butt connector for that. That'd be aight. Always twist your wires, man. Solid. Absolutely solid. Man, this one's threads are, man. To be honest, I really don't want to get under the truck, so let me look at something. All right, it is now Sunday, noon. So I finally got the adapter yesterday, and then I got my gauge, I think Friday. 8AN adapter, 10 to 8AN adapter for the cell. And then got my hole saw to run through the cab and everything. I gotta find hardware for the cell. I don't know if you could see this. Maybe I just cut like a, I don't know, 2-inch piece, and then I'll just chop this off or something and maybe split it. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So let me get the grinder real quick. Just gonna cut a bit of this top piece off. I don't need it. I think just about all my bits are trash. I'm sure this battery's just about dead too. I haven't charged this thing in a long time. It finally, yeah, of course it died. Okay, give me a second. That blows because I kind of need the drill for everything right now. To drill the holes for the cell, drill the holes through the walls. About the only thing I can work on now is the NITROUS controller stuff, but I've got to get it deloomed and figure out what all I need. So give me a minute and I'll try to plan out what I'm gonna do with it. So went inside for a minute and I come back out and battery's charged now. So on the nitrous deal, I got the grounds hooked up. I got my little hole drilled on this little plate. I gotta make rounds at work here in just a second, but gotta work on it some more when I get here in a little bit when it cools off maybe. I'm gonna get this piece cleaned up real quick. I'm gonna paint it, and then I'll probably go ahead and make my rounds at work, and then I'll either work on it as soon as I get back, or it shouldn't take but an hour or so. But I'll either work on it when I get back, or I'll wait until this evening when it cools off. So I gotta try to get my buggy out of here. It's faster to make rounds in my buggy, but I'm gonna try to get some of the stuff moved out of the way and then go take care of business. But anyway, all right, oh yeah, I gotta clean that. All right, peace. All right, it's been like 2 hours, but anyway. So shot it with some black. Yes, it is very hot in here. There you go. I don't know why, dude, they put like the longest adapter on that thing for whatever reason, but let me, I gotta move the truck. Actually, I checked it at the track. Weighs, with me out of it, it is 2850, I think is what it said. I'm actually, I'm gonna go ahead and drill another hole in this because I just remembered there is the perfect bolt from factory right there that I'm gonna try to use. So give me just a minute, I'm gonna drill this out. So I just got the hardware sitting in there right now. It's where it's gonna be, just the back of the truck. I wanted it up there in the corner, but all under here, I think directly under where these bolts lie was a brace, and then I think this one, I think I just missed it there, but I think a brace runs along here. But now I'm gonna put the fuel line fitting on here, and then, yeah, because about right there center. I gotta check inside and see where my bottle lies. But so now I got the holes drilled through the back of the bed and the cab. I mean, you can see there's like 1.5 inches above right there, and then quite a bit higher in here, but that's okay. Not a big deal at all. So I gotta put this on this little cell to adapt to the fuel line, and then I've got another barb on the regulator you saw. I'm gonna run all this fuel line into the cab. That way I can get this pump mounted where I wanted it, and then we'll go from there. I've got still gotta tighten the cell down, but the bolts are sitting in it. I got that one screwed in. I got the hoses ran through the back and goes, yeah, it comes in, goes out. I just got it, goes underneath the shifter. I got it curled up over there right now. So I've got my tack wire right here for the gold box. I got to get it hooked to the nitrous controller. Micro switch wired up, it's ready to go. It's wired to the controller. I did find another wire up here that went to the gold box that I had to fix. And then I got to run those wires, the control wires from the solenoids under here to the controller. So tack, solenoids, relay, switch wire, and then that's really it. And then I think I grounded the pump. I think I can start getting some of this stuff tied up. The thing I really recommend is when you wire something, take your time. Do it right. Put heat shrink on everything. Make sure you're using the right gauge wire. I can do away with a lot of this wiring once the nitrous is gone. But man, it's a mess, man. You gotta take your time, do it right. It is awful underneath this one. And I mean, I've already wired, I think this was the third time I wired it, and it still just looks crazy, dude. But those first two were awful. You wouldn't know nothing. Like, I know where everything's at under here, mostly. But like, I found my tack wire, nothing. It was literally right here in front of me, but it's labeled, so it's pretty easy to find. But so I'm gonna get these last few things done, and then I guess we'll turn it on, see what works. Well, actually, I don't know, because I'll probably just turn it on for a second, because that pump doesn't have anything in it. I don't want to wear that pump out. So I'll just click it on for a second, make sure it turns on, and then I'll turn it off. So, because I want it set to where that pump comes on when that switch is on. So, but I'll have fuel next time, so. All right, I think I'm finally done. I got everything wired up, hopefully correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the switch, cross my fingers, and hope I don't burn it down, I suppose. Yeah, clear some of these zip ties. This stuff comes with like diagrams and whatnot, so it's actually pretty simple once you kind of figure it out. But I think if you can figure out how to wire up a gold box and stuff, you're probably good. I say that, but it's actually, all that stuff's pretty simple. Way more simple than learning how to wire relays and stuff. But again, I'm just gonna turn it off for a second because I ain't got no fuel in that little cell. But let's hope it works. So y'all tell me if something starts burning. Cross your fingers. Yep. All right, so I'm not gonna run that pump just like that. It booted up. Cool. Nothing's on fire. So I know that was literally just a second, but there's literally nothing running through that pump right now, so I do not want to burn it up. But yeah, so I mean, it was booting up, pump is running. So I did something right, you know. I've still got to go through a test, make sure it's like hitting solenoids and stuff properly, and get back in its loom. It's ran back through there, so sneezing. And I am going to try to find some grommets. I might order a couple. I don't want anything getting cut up by these holes I made and burning up. But my main worry is like this fuel line right here, because that'll be the first thing to go. All right, well that's another project down. Cool. So I don't think we're going to go to the track this week. I don't know when we'll go to the track next, but it's ready. So now it's set up. Standalone progressive 250 shot. So it's a lot more than I had, I think. And then the next plan will probably be more of a winter thing. Is I'm going to save up. I'm going to buy everything to convert this year in. It'll be like probably 35 spline axles, full spool, and C-clip eliminators with a 430 gear. So I think that's what we decided on, was a 430 gear set. So that'll be probably like my winter thing. And then I am going to change my dash over to a tablet. That way it can be like charged on its own. It'll have its own power source. Because this one right here, it's too much of a pain. We'll have to set the fuel pressure for that pump. I think the breather for that tank. I need a breather for my actual fuel cell anyway. So I might just order two. Oh yeah, that I thought about it. I gotta finish bolting that down. Bolts are in there, but I didn't have help. I need help screwing it in. I don't have backup. But yeah, so that's it, I guess. So that'll probably be the end of this video. If for some reason we do go to the track, I'll get that footage. Scatterbrain is crap, I can never focus on one thing, but I wanted to get this done today because I got to mow my boss's yard tomorrow. I won't have time, and the Lord knows what's happening at the end of this week. So I need to get ye old buggy washed up. I don't even know if I explained what this is. This is a 2025. I bought it brand new. 2025 Razor XP 1000 two-seater. I don't even know. It's got like 65 hours on it that I've put on it. I think all I've really done is I added the windshield and the lights, and then it's got some redneck marine speakers back here, and they're loud. Anyway, but I leave it in here. I really need to wash it, but I leave it in here because I don't want my plastics getting turning that white, and my windshield's already yellowing because I had it sitting outside for a while. But I use it for running around at work and stuff a lot, so I got a bad habit of just coming home and leaving it in the yard. But that is the first brand new that I've ever bought. So I'm trying to take care of it as much as I can. And I say that, but I've already sunk it once on the river. Water kind of acts up sometimes, but other than that, still does great, dude. But anyway, it's been a great side-by-side so far. I've only had it on the river, right here behind the house. Well, I say that, it's actually, the river runs along out here. Can't just, it's not even half a mile that way. Anyway, but I've had it on the river. I've taken it to Crossbar. It did really well out there. I was really surprised how well it did at Crossbar. And then I've had it at Soggy, but I don't know. I want to do some upgrades to it and stuff, but it's just, I ain't got time for it right now. I use it when I can. I try not to tear it up. But it's honestly, a lot of the hours that it has right now is literally just from riding around at work. So it doesn't get beat up or nothing that often. But anyway, yeah. So that's my side-by-side. I love it. It's cool. I've wanted one for a long time, and I finally bought one. So anyway, hope y'all have had a good week. Have a good weekend. I know it'll be, I don't know when this video will go up. Maybe Wednesday, tomorrow, or Thursday. It really just depends on how long the editing takes. Anyway, y'all be careful. Have fun. See y'all later.